I'm sorry it worked out that way. But let me tell you this. The reason that Barack Obama is president, the reason that Joe Biden is vice president, the reason that Nancy Pelosi is the Speaker of the House is because the people of the United States, rightly or wrongly, voted that way. And we're going to have to take responsibility and do what's necessary to change that in the future instead of trying to undo things after they're done. And I wish it was not that way, but it is. Okay.
Okay. Hi, my name is Jose Esparza, and I think you're a great American. Every time I call your staff, they're very respectful to me. I do not get the same thing from John McCain. I don't understand why I don't get that from them. I've gotten a lot of criticism because I was at the rally that we had last Monday. I think I got incorrectly quoted on the media, and I was called a racist by people of my national descent, which I think is completely wrong, and I'm not going to argue with them, but I do want to make it clear with you guys. I did try to get in the military, but I did not qualify. I did the next best thing. I became a proud U.S. American. That's exactly what I did. But my question is that I'm very worried about what is going to happen when the communist Chinese decide not to loan us any more money or want their money back now.
Well, first of all, Jose, welcome to America. I thank God you're a citizen of this country. The Chinese represent a threat to us in a lot of ways. In the long term, they represent a military threat to us that is very, very real. In 15 to 20 years, they could potentially be equal to us in the military capability they have. They now have missiles that can kill an entire fleet of our ships at one time. And so we really are going to have to deal with that. As far as the money thing, I don't want to be cute here, but you know how if you owe the bank $100, they have you. But if you owe them $10 million, you have them. And so, so they're going to be hard for them. But it's a disgrace that we have so much money of the American assets tied up with China. It's a disgrace. So I agree with you.
There's three health care programs that I think are going pretty good. One is Medicare, and that's a veterans health care, and the other is the program that you and the senators belong to. Is there any way that you can take all three of those and take something from those to put into to be competitive against the insurance companies that you have at the present time? Because they are excessively high on their premiums and everything like that. And what they've been doing lately is, where they have in-network and out-network deals, they keep making their in-network smaller so they can get more money and charge for higher premiums on out-network.
Well, you make some very good points here. Let me just quickly two of them. As far as Congress, I buy my own health insurance. I pay 100% for it, and it's Blue Cross and Blue Shield. It's not a special system for me. I just wanted you to know that. And as far as the Medicare and TRICARE and some of the others, their plans under this bill would be to try to either assimilate those or take money from them. Medicare being probably the biggest one that they would try to rob to pay for this. So, I just think that underscores the importance of not passing this bill. Okay, what time is it? Okay, we got to really hurry, folks.
Hi, my name is Art Yagi. I'm 84 years old. I'm a military retiree, and my service dates back to World War II, 1943 to 1967. After War II ended, the Army needed men to meet their worldwide commitments. So they made a commitment to me and a lot of other men that if we'd stay in so that they could meet their commitment, they would provide us with free medical. Well, they never did. Not until the Retired Association took them to court, and the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that they had to make that, keep that commitment. Well, fortunately, my wife never got to experience it, but I'm experiencing it now. But I have a bad feeling that Obama's going to gut Medicare to pay for this, and he'll also gut TRICARE for life. He does.
Well, part of the proposal is to take money from Medicare. That's part of the open proposal. And I think TRICARE is in danger as well. And Abraham Lincoln said that part of our duty is to bear up the wounds of those who bore the heat of the battle. So thank you, sir.
Hold on it. You will look out for us.
Thank you, sir. Okay, this will close out this line. Go ahead, sir.
Thank you for being here tonight. My name's Peter. I live right across the street. I want everybody to think for a second. Think the unthinkable. You're one of 435. You're in the minority. What happens when you go back and that thing passes anyway?
Well, here's what we would have to do if it passes. I mean, I've already thought through that. We're going to have to make sure that people understand that if there's any way to stop it, because right now it's destined to go in, if it passes, it'll be in force in 2013. And if we can change enough members of Congress and a president in that period of time, we can repeal it.
Good evening, Congressman. My name is Enzo. My granddad was Ray Vito. I'm 17 and a senior at Brophy, and I have a question that concerns the Strategic Defense Initiative. As the Lieutenant General stated in a video, the SDI would prevent us from saying sorry to the families of the deceased by evading the situation by shooting down the missiles. Well, my question is, will the SDI include funding for intelligence agencies such as the CIA to prevent the sales of WMDs to terror cells so that we don't even have to worry about enemy missiles in the air?
Well, you make a good point. One of the, the fact is that if it hadn't been for an intelligence, not an intelligence failure, but a failure to keep our secrets, the Soviets would never have had a nuclear capability. They essentially got that technology from us. And one of the greatest dangers to our country militarily is losing our vital technology to other countries and or selling it. And let me say this to you. I think that Bill Clinton, when he sold vital nuclear missile aiming technology to the Chinese, he set us back 100 years. It was a disaster because the Chinese had the ability to field missiles, but they couldn't hit the broadside of a planet. We could fly one in a window 10,000 miles away. Now they're gaining that technology and building on what they got from us. So I absolutely agree with your premise that we need to maintain intelligence. Intelligence is a different mechanism than the SDI. The SDI is the ability to knock these things down. But we do need to have adequate intelligence, and we do need to make sure that we protect our critical defense technology. Very important. Thank you, sir.
I want to preface, this is the lady who, does anybody here want to know what they as an individual can do? Yeah. Okay, she doesn't have a question, but she has a statement to make. She's going to talk really, really fast. I can't remember the name of the organization, but guys, you really want to listen to this.
Okay, really, really fast. After 9/11 happened, I wanted to do something, but I didn't know what I wanted to do. Never been around our military, had no clue what military life was or anything about their service, so I started pen paling. My first three, my first three were from Camp Pendleton. They were Marines, and one that wrote back the most was a boy named Jesse, a young man named Jesse, who was 19. On December 20th of 2004, Jesse was hit by a suicide bomber in Baghdad, and I was told he died.
Now you got that. She was a pen pal, right? Could everybody write?
Right.
Anyway. For 6 months of my life, I was pen paling this young Marine who I was just told did not make it in Baghdad. The other one was in Germany in really bad shape. And I didn't know how to grieve him, and I didn't know how to close my mind around it because I had never met him face to face. Yet I had a whole pile of letters that he had written back to me. And me as one small person felt like I might have done a little something for him while he was over there. So I bundled my letters and I sent them to his parents with a letter of thanks. And I didn't hear anything. And then about 3 weeks later, my cell phone rang, and it was a woman on the other end of the line that said, "Annie, this is Jesse's mom, Paula. I'm at Brooke Army Medical Center. I'm in San Antonio, Texas. Jesse's just woke from a coma. He's facing double amputation. He's burnt over 80% of his body, but he won't let them touch him without his pen pal. Will you come?" Needless to say, God had a plan, and my life changed dramatically back then in 2005. I went to Brooke Army Medical Center in San Antonio, Texas. I lived in the Fisher House with the world's greatest heroes we've ever had in this country. And I got down there and realized we as a nation have never said thank you and welcome home to any of our veterans appropriately. And we've never used the media the way it needs to be used appropriately and with fair and balanced ways of thanking and honoring and appreciating our veterans.